welcome back from Top the Wall. My name is Mason Knopp, and today we are looking at a mono-white Tron deck today. This is a deck that is built around Recruit the Worthy. I built it specifically just to see how good it was, and it's actually pretty good. It feels a lot like having a young Pyromancer on board once you have Tron assembled. Recruit the Worthy is 1 white mana instant that makes a 1/1 white soldier creature token. And it has buyback for 3, which puts it back into your hand, letting you do it again. So when you have a bunch of mana, you can just spew out multiple tokens per turn, you can block a lot, and eventually you can overwhelm your opponent with a ton of tokens. For those of you who aren't familiar with Tron, Tron relies on these 3 different lands, Urza's Mine, Urza's Power Plant, and Urza's Tower. These, when together, they produce 7 mana, and it's actually really powerful to accelerate yourself super far into the game. And we also are running 2 copies of Expedition Map, which help us find more copies of our Tron lands. Just an easier way to get to that 7 mana a little bit faster. We have our 4 Arkham's Astrolabe, soon to be banned, I am sure. And we have Prophetic Prism, the much more fair and like older brother of Arkham's Astrolabe, but it doesn't require snow mana to put it onto the battlefield. Now the last part of our deck that would be part of the mana base would be the 9 snow-covered plains, which we're going to need to cast Arkham's Astrolabe. Now we're going to need some stuff to help us get to that 7 mana, so that way we can make that board full of tokens and overwhelm our opponents. We're going to have the 4 Thraben Inspector, just a 1/2 for 1 white mana, but wait, it makes a clue token. So that way you get a redraw out of it. We also have a lot of removal in our deck. We have our 4 Journeys to Nowhere. In Pauper, it's essentially like the Path to Exile of Pauper right now, or the Swords of Pauper. Hobble is worse, but we really just want the creature to stop hitting us in the face. And this does do that and draw us a card. So it is a 2 for 1 if we can turn off a creature that is just there to attack us. We have our Faith's Fetters, to catch us back up on life, catch us up by 4, and then turn off a creature's ability to attack, block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Prismatic Strands is a fog, and we're able to flash it back by tapping a white creature. And we also have a lot of backup finishers in this deck. We have our Ulamog's Crusher, which is kind of like the Emrakul of Pauper. An 8/8 gets in every single turn that it can, by being forced to attack with it if able. And it has Annihilator too, so they have to sacrifice 2 permanents before they even block. Then we got our 4 Self-Assemblers. A 4/4 for 5 mana, that doesn't really meet its mana cost, but wait, it finds another one. It is like a Squad Hawk, where when you find one, you can find the rest. We have our Rhystic Circle, which as long as we have mana advantage, we can prevent all of the damage that our opponents would be dealing to us, unless they pay 1, but we can keep paying 1 as well to prevent more damage. And typically in a Tron deck, you're going to have way more mana than your opponents, so we can lock a lot of decks out of the game. We have our 4 Core Skyfishers, 2/3 for 1 and a white flyer, and it enters the battlefield, returns a permanent to our hand. We choose Arkham's Astrolabe or Prophetic Prism all the time. That's what we choose. Core Sanctifiers is a 2/3 for 3 mana and has a kicker for 1 white mana. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. And right now in Pauper, pretty much every deck in Pauper has a relevant target for this card, making it a 2 for 1. Now for the sideboard, the things that we'd probably be scared of in this meta is very likely burn and super strong aggro decks. So we have our 2 lone missionaries to gain us 4 life for just 2 mana. We can bounce it back with the Core Skyfisher, gaining us a bunch of life. And every unit of 3 life that you gain while in a matchup against burn is about equal to 1 whole card. It's equal to a lightning bolt. So this is actually rather powerful. We have the 3 Holy Light to fight elves and tokens, Core Sanctifier to blow up more Arkham's Astrolabes and more artifacts and enchantments, things like Affinity. Guardian of the Guild Pack is for the grinder matchups that are more removal intense. We have 1 ally to fight Boggles, and we're Is it baubles? We also have the leave no trace to fight baubles or boggles or whatever you want to pronounce it. We have our 2 relic of progenitus, specifically for graveyard hate. And we have 1 more Ristic Circle. In some matchups where it's good, it can be really good to have a 3rd copy floating around in the deck as an additional finisher, especially against some of the combo matchups that are trying to deal you 20 damage all at once with a quick like fling to the face or a fireball for 20 using some nuts combo. If you have a better way to build around Recruit the Worthy, let me know down in the comments below. As always, if you like what you see or want to see more, leave a like, leave a comment, and you can actually check out this deck on tappedout.net for free with your own free account. Make your own copy right here and tell me, just show me like what kind of deck you would build around Recruit the Worthy, what you would do different, and what you would like to see. There's always a bunch of maybes under all of my decks, just some neat things that I thought about working with, trying to build this deck, trying to build all of my decks in their processes, and there's always a bunch of roads unexplored. So that's all for now. Coming in for that face touch.